Ask Skytrax who the best airline in the world actually is, and the answer isn't Emirates. It's Qatar Airways, for the 9th year running. Emirates isn't even second, it's fourth. Turkish Airlines sits sixth. So this isn't a story about some reigning champion getting dethroned. But something bigger than one award ceremony is happening. Turkish Airlines now operates almost twice as many aircraft as Emirates, flies to nearly 3 times as many destinations, and carries about 40 million more passengers a year. And it did that while Emirates spent part of this year with its home region under actual missile fire. That's the real question here. Not who wins a trophy, who's actually winning the airline. Before we get into it, if you're into these breakdowns of what's really happening behind the airline industry's marketing, hit subscribe. This channel pulls the real numbers on stories like this every week, and you don't want to miss the next one. Turkish Airlines isn't overtaking Emirates on a single metric. It's overtaking it on scale, while Emirates is holding the line on something harder to fake: profit per passenger. So here's what's actually happening. Emirates launched in 1985 with 2 leased aircraft and a mission to turn Dubai into the world's connecting point between everywhere and everywhere else. Turkish Airlines is older, founded in 1933, but spent decades as a modest state carrier before Istanbul's new mega airport, opened in 2018, gave it the runway capacity to genuinely compete. Both airlines built their entire identity around geography: a desert crossroads for Emirates, a Europe-Asia choke point for Turkish. Turkish also runs a low-cost arm, Ajet, with its own fleet of 86 aircraft feeding 93 destinations, funneling short-haul demand into the mainline network. Emirates has no low-cost sibling of its own. Its Dubai neighbor FlyDubai plays a similar feeder role instead. For 20 years, Emirates simply had the bigger operation. That gap has now closed, and in some places reversed. One structural difference has stayed constant, though. Turkish Airlines joined Star Alliance in 2008 and plugs its network into dozens of partner airlines worldwide. Emirates has never joined Star Alliance, Oneworld, or SkyTeam, choosing instead to build one-off bilateral deals through its own Skywards program. Neither approach is wrong. They're just different bets on how to grow a network. Here's the scoreboard. Turkish Airlines closed 2025 with 516 aircraft, up to 528 by the first quarter of 2026. It carried 92.6 million passengers in 2025 and is targeting 100 million in 2026. It flew to 376 destinations across 134 countries, holding the Guinness World Record for serving more countries than any other airline on Earth. Revenue hit a record $24.1 billion. Emirates, in the middle of rebuilding from this year's regional flight disruptions, currently operates 277 aircraft, carried 53.2 million passengers over its most recent reported year, and serves 137 destinations across 72 countries while it restores its full schedule. Turkish is now the larger airline by fleet, by network, and by passenger count. Part of that comes down to geography. Istanbul sits within a 5-hour flight of more than 100 countries, representing over a third of global GDP, letting Turkish reach markets with single-aisle jets that would need a wide body from Dubai. But Emirates still out-earns it. $35.7 billion in airline revenue against Turkish's $24.1 billion, because Emirates flies longer routes in bigger jets with a heavier concentration of premium seats. But size isn't the same as profitability, and this is where Emirates still wins clearly. Emirates posted a record $6.2 billion profit before tax for the year ending March 2026, a 17.4% margin, making it the world's most profitable airline for the second year running, ahead of even Delta. Turkish Airlines Group net profit, meanwhile, actually fell during 2025, from $3.42 billion in 2024 down to $2.9 billion, even as revenue grew 6.3%, because costs rose faster than fares. Turkish Airlines is winning the growth race by every measure of scale. Emirates is still winning the money race, and by a wide margin. Now here's where the Skytrax rankings actually matter, because they measure something neither balance sheet can. Qatar Airways took the world's best airline title for the 9th time in 2025, ahead of Singapore Airlines and Cathay Pacific. Emirates came in 4th. Turkish Airlines came in 6th, though it did win Best Airline in Europe, Best Business Class in Europe, and Best Business Class onboard catering. On passenger experience, in other words, Emirates currently beats Turkish, and neither beats Qatar Airways or Singapore Airlines. Then 2026 happened. Starting in the spring, a real military conflict between the United States, Israel, and Iran spilled directly into Gulf airspace. Missile and drone strikes hit targets across the UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, and Kuwait. Airports stayed open, but airlines were forced into daytime-only operations, long reroutes around closed airspace, and outright route suspensions. Emirates' network dropped to as little as 75% of its normal capacity at the worst point, and by May 2026 had only clawed back to 96% of its pre-disruption schedule, running 137 destinations instead of its usual wider network. Dubai International Airport's own first quarter 2026 passenger numbers fell more than 20% year-on-year. IATA responded by nearly halving its global airline profit forecast for the year, from $41 billion down to roughly $23 billion. Turkish Airlines, flying out of Istanbul rather than the Gulf itself, wasn't pulled into that disruption the same way. Its first quarter 2026 numbers show the opposite trend: passengers up 12.7%, load factor up nearly 3 points, and a swing from a loss of roughly $40 to $50 million in the same quarter of 2025 to a profit of around $220 to $230 million. That's not a strategy advantage. It's a geography advantage. But in this industry, geography is strategy. Both airlines have real problems too. Turkish just went through a leadership overhaul, replacing its chairman and CEO with internal promotions in 2026, right as margins were already under pressure. It's also chasing an extraordinarily ambitious target of 800 aircraft by its 2033 centennial, a scale of expansion that will need sustained profit growth it hasn't shown in the last year. Emirates has its own bottleneck. Its order book depends heavily on 270 Boeing 777X aircraft that were supposed to already be flying and are now delayed until at least 2027, possibly 2028. Its newer Airbus A350s are arriving on schedule, 19 of them by the end of the fiscal year, serving 21 destinations, and its premium economy cabin is spreading across the fleet, but that's still a small slice of an operation built around aging 777s and A380s. In the meantime, Emirates has bought out 29 previously leased Airbus A380s to keep flying a plane Airbus stopped building in 2021, committing to operate it until at least 2040. And its new second hub, the $35 billion Al Maktoum Airport, won't open its first phase until 2032. So is Turkish Airlines about to overtake Emirates as the world's best airline? It already has, on size. More planes, more destinations, more passengers. It hasn't on profit per passenger, where Emirates still leads by a wide margin, or on the passenger experience rankings that matter to Skytrax voters, where both airlines currently trail Qatar Airways and Singapore Airlines. What 2026 actually revealed wasn't Turkish beating Emirates. It revealed that Emirates' entire model is anchored to one region, and when that region becomes a war zone, the airline built to connect the whole world through it becomes the airline most exposed to it. Turkish Airlines, sitting at the edge of Europe instead of inside the Gulf, just got the clearest demonstration yet of why that geography might matter more than any awards ceremony ever could. Hey, before you go, the YouTube algorithm thinks you're going to like this video next, so why not check it out?